watching out. For you, this is NewsWatch 12 Breaking News.
We start the evening with breaking news. A private basketball coach in Gold Hill has been arrested for inappropriate contact with a child.
Yeah, and we did just learn that he worked at a popular gym in the area. We called the courthouse fitness manager, Ty Jones, who said they were shocked to hear the news as they do intensive background checks for all of their employees and had no idea about the charges until police released his picture. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Haley Gravitt.
And I'm Tim Quidadamo. Police say Jordan Edmond is facing one charge of luring a minor. Edmond has been giving basketball lessons to children in the area for a few years now. Officers believe he has more victims. If you have any information about this man, you can call the number listed on your screen.
Also on the Crime Watch tonight, a 20-year-old Klamath Falls man has a new arraignment date for a double murder case. Elijah Croy is accused of killing two Klamath Falls sisters and attempting to kill their father. An indictment charges Croy with the deaths of a 14-year-old girl and her 19-year-old sister at their East Klamath Falls home. Croy has his arraignment next week for murder and attempted murder. NewsWatch 12 is not identifying the victims because of one of them being a minor.
And police destroyed 180 marijuana plants today after raiding an illegal grow site in Cave Junction. The site was on Greenview Drive, and police say they already raided this location less than a month ago. The suspects continued to grow weed after the first raid, leading to the raid today. Along with the 180 plants, police also found a firearm at the scene. The prime suspect was not at the site during the raid, but will face several charges if found. And police are searching for witnesses in a Medford road rage incident that ended with a driver shooting at a pickup. Oregon State Police say the incident happened near the South Medford exit on I-5 South. A silver Toyota minivan was driving by a red 2022 GMC pickup truck, and the driver of the minivan shot at the pickup. No one was injured, but the pickup was damaged. If you have any information, call the number listed here on your screen. Busy on the Crime Watch. Luckily not so busy on the Storm Watch today. And we're joined by Storm Watch 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. Matt, that's expected to change in the coming days.
Yeah, it's a very brief break today. We will see thunderstorm chances returning as early as tomorrow, but enjoying some very pleasant temperatures, even a little bit cooler today. 83 in Medford, good air quality, 78 in Klamath Falls, also seeing some good air quality. Things are good for now in Wairika, but that kind of a haze in the sky, that gray, that is smoke from the Boise fire. It's been very active out there this afternoon. You can clearly see the smoke on our satellite imagery, and some of that is going to work into the Shasta Valley. We're starting to see air quality dropping down a bit in Mount Shasta, moderate for wheat in Mount Shasta, but very unhealthy air quality in Etna. We're pretty good across the rest of the region, but there will be some smoke that moves in tonight for parts of Klamath and Lake County. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, a bit warmer in the afternoon with a threat for some thunderstorms later in the day. Temperature still, though, running below average for this time of the year. We'll time out those thunderstorm chances for tomorrow on into Thursday. Also, a fire weather watch has been posted because of the thunderstorm threat. I'll have the details coming up.
Thank you, Matt. On to our fire watch tonight. We're tracking several wildfires burning in southern Oregon and northern California. We're starting with the Dixon Fire, which is burning in Douglas County. The Dixon Fire is almost 2,000 acres and destroyed one house on Saturday. Yesterday, crews issued a forest closure across the Tiller Ranger District in the Umpqua National Forest. There will be a community meeting tomorrow at the South Umpqua Community Church. More details can be found on our website, kdrv.com. In California, the Boise Fire is making its way through Siskiyou and Humboldt counties. It's now almost 4,300 acres with 0% containment. There will be a community meeting in less than an hour. It'll be at the Karuk Department of Natural Resources building in Orleans at 6 p.m. Details can be found on our website for that fire. And you are looking at evacuation zones for the Boise Fire. There are 2 zones in Siskiyou County with evacuation warnings. All other warnings and orders are in Humboldt County. And the Warner Peak Fire is continuing to burn in Lake County, burning more than 59,000 acres with 4% containment. There are evacuation orders for the Hart Mountain area and the Lake County Sheriff's Office says they aren't expecting any more evacuations at this time. Meanwhile, the Diamond Complex fires continue to burn on the Umpqua National Forest. The 27 lightning-caused fires have scorched more than 8,800 acres of land so far. The U.S. Forest Service says nearly 800 people are assigned to the firefighting efforts on the Diamond Complex fires today. The Middle Fork fire continues to burn near Crater Lake National Park, now just over 5,000 acres with 0% containment. Operations for the fire will have Highway 230 along the northwest corner of Crater Lake National Forest to be reduced to one lane. The north entrance road to Crater Lake National Park is closed as firefighters prepare control lines. This is expected to be closed for a week.
And today, the Jackson County Board of Commissioners have some concerns about the Oregon Wildfire Hazard Map draft. In a meeting today, the board discussed several concerns such as lack of public engagement, possible restrictions and fines to property owners, and the impacts the map could have on future construction. Here's what Rick Dyer, the chair of the Jackson County Commissioners, had to say.
I don't think that it really has the ability to reduce the hazard or risk as much as I think it might, and it creates an unnecessary burden on property owners without benefit.
There will be an upcoming meeting between the Association of Oregon Counties with ODOT and OSU in attendance. The board has written a letter for that meeting listing their concerns, and public comment is still being accepted for the map. For more information on submitting your thoughts and public comment, you can visit the Fire Watch tab on our website, kdrv.com.
In Jackson County, the Vector Control District has confirmed another positive test for the West Nile virus in mosquitoes.
This is the second positive test for the virus this year, while the first positive test was found in Central Point in late July. Joining us live from Medford to tell us more about the West Nile virus is NewsWatch 12's Carlos Murrieta. Carlos, are residents the only ones that should be worried about this virus?
Tim, Haley, while residents should take precaution for this virus, they are not the only ones that should be worried, as wildlife are also in danger of this virus. And a good example of that are horses, as the Jackson County Vector District are warning farmers to vaccinate their horses just to get the virus vaccinated. Now, I'm going to turn around right here, and you can see this body of water right here. That is all it takes for mosquitoes to spawn, as that's all they need. Even smaller than that, as it takes about 24 to 48 hours for mosquitoes to come up and just start flying everywhere. And summer is peak mosquito season. But the West Nile virus is something that the Jackson County Control District is used to seeing every year. And last year, there was at least 10 positive tests in mosquitoes for the virus, according to the Oregon Health Authority. But just like I showed you earlier, water puddles are seen outside where mosquitoes lay their eggs. They don't need a lot of water to lay their eggs. The littlest thing is all it takes. People over the age of 50 with underlying health conditions such as high blood pressure and diabetes should contact their health provider if they have any concerns for the virus.
Just suggest that if you've been outdoors and you've been potentially exposed to mosquitoes and you start having those cold and flu-like symptoms, to see your doctor.
The best way to defend yourself from mosquitoes is to wear an EPA-approved repellent or long sleeve and pants to keep the bites away. But at the best times to avoid them is during sunset and sunrise hours. Now, like I mentioned, wildlife are impacted by the virus, but I also contacted a few farms here in Medford just to see if they had their horses vaccinated. And even though they don't, they said their horses are good, healthy, and ready to go. Live in Medford, Carlos Murrieta, NewsWatch 12.
Carlos, thank you. And Your Voice, Your Vote coverage. We're continuing to look at some of the different ballot measures that you'll have the chance to vote on this November.
Yeah, it'll be here before we know it. And our NewsWatch 12 team did a deep dive into how voting in Oregon could be changed entirely if one measure this year is voted on by Oregonians. Oregon Measure 117 aims to implement a ranked choice voting system for primary and general elections. If approved by voters, the system would apply to federal and state executive offices starting in 2028. It would not affect state legislative elections such as state representative and senator elections. A ranked choice voting system would have voters rank the candidates by preference on their ballots. Ranked choice voting has been shown to boost voter satisfaction in areas where it's already been implemented. 2 other states, Maine and Alaska, use a ranked choice voting system. The measure started as a House bill that passed with bipartisan support and will now be up for you to vote on in just over 80 days. Coming up on NewsWatch 12 at 6, we'll take a look at a measure that could make you a little richer, but make some businesses a little poorer. And onto the school watch today, the Salvation Army gave away almost 500 backpacks to children in need. NewsWatch 12 spoke to the organizator's coordinator and a local student who got a backpack earlier today.
We're not able to maybe give them everything that they might need, in their schooling, but we're able to at least give them a good start.
I think that it's amazing that they're helping children get the stuff that they need for school.
Isn't that nice? Kids who were at the event got to pick their own backpack, and if you want a backpack and haven't made an appointment, the Salvation Army asks that you wait until after the 15th of the month. Then you can give them a call and see if there are any left. Still to come, 2 student groups have been suspended at Oregon State University following the pro-Palestine protests in May. Hear from both the students and the administration. That's next.
Now we're taking a live look tonight out at Wairika. This view brought to you by the Rain Rock Casino. Watching out for you, this is NewsWatch 12 at 5.